Hey guys, what's up? It's Carl, and welcome back to episode number 5 of 6 of my holiday tech gift guide. So we've kind of spanned across the price range in case this is the first episode that you're tuning into. We started off at $25 and we're making our way to the Ultimate Baller Edition. So this, like I said, episode number 5, the best tech gifts that you can grab for that $250 range. And I honestly think the best part is I'm just giving back to you guys. You can win an item from every single episode and rules are the same across the board. So just sub to the channel. Of course, leave that one comment down below, including your IG handle, because that's where I'll be DMing the potential winner in and around Christmas Day. And of course, every episode, like I said, you've got a chance of winning one of the items. Me giving back, just wishing everyone a very safe and happy holiday season. Let's get to our first $250 item. This is the M1 Mini and the M1 Plus. And for the form factor, this is the first time that I have seen projectors this size that can still get an image up to 100 inches. And it's actually quite impressive when you think about it. Something this small, which could technically fit into your pocket. I can hold this up in my hand. It even has its own little drawstring, something that you might never think of for a projector. But what you're getting here is the portability. It's around 0.66 pounds. So it's perfect if you want a makeshift setup. So for example, here in the studio, I've actually had it projecting against the wall behind me. We've clearly got over 100 inches and I can bring it back home when I want. And surprisingly, you can actually run this without a plug-in cable. It'll last around an hour and a half, so that's perfect for a show. It's got an HDMI port as well as a standard USB-A and USB-C. So if you technically want, you could run a next-gen console off of it in a form factor this small and still get 100 inches. The M1 Plus, on the other hand, this is my recommended one. It's got built-in Harman Kardon speakers, so you can use this as a standalone and don't need to connect it to anything external. And the overall build quality on the M1 Plus is just a lot better. So it's using metal, whereas the M1 Mini, it's plastic. It actually has these cute interchangeable plates. So if you want to rock a bit of blue, you can even swap it to a yellow, maybe even some holiday colors. And I would say the Mini is definitely more recreational use, great for kids, just great for someone that wants a small little projector that they can carry around, whereas you can have a standalone cinema with the M1 Plus. So next off, we're switching to tablets, and I feel this area is tough to stay in that $250 mark, but if you're looking for an affordable tablet just to do your basic tasks, great for watching content like Netflix or even Disney Plus, the Zte Grand X Vue 4 is a great option and you won't break the bank. So it's got an 8-inch display. Obviously, it's not Quad HD. You have to remember the price. You'll get just standard HD, so 720p. It's got a pretty beefy battery considering the spec, so 4630 milliamps, and that'll last you around 9 hours of use. It's got front-facing speakers, which is actually perfect for media consumption. I've been crushing The Mandalorian on this device. Probably the best show that I've seen this year. If you're not on the train, do not miss out. The best show, the best show. So I think this is a great option for students if you're working from home, maybe for younger kids, or just as a secondary or tertiary, your third tablet sitting around the house. I know that you don't want to break the bank. You can get it either through Rogers or Freedom Mobile, works across those networks. And overall, just a solid option in that $250 price category. These are the Huawei FreeBuds Pros and the Watch Gt2 Pro. Then I really want to include both a watch option and pair of headphones. So once again, under that $250 range, these are probably the best that you can grab. So we're gonna start off with the headphones, and I'm always a fan of wireless earbuds. I kind of rotate through them all, trying to find the best pair. These have a very unique look and build. So they're in this dark metallic chrome, very different than the standard white earbuds that we've seen kind of everyone come out with. So these are in fact active noise canceling, which is always nice. They've got around 30 hours of battery, so that's one of best in class. You get that with this charging case. They're pretty instantaneous to pair, and you don't necessarily have to have a Huawei device. And I think the most slept on feature on this is the dual device connection. So as an example, I currently have this paired to my P40 Pro Plus as well as my MacBook Pro, and you don't lose connectivity between either, so I can actively switch between each. And obviously, as we all have multiple devices, trying to switch between headphones sometimes becomes a bit of a pain, and I just want to see that as a standard feature moving forward in all earbuds. So these are definitely dope. Switching on over to the Watch Gt2 Pro, and I am generally a fan of watch designs that are circular, probably why I'm an OG watch guy. The Apple Watch doesn't do it for me with the square face, so going back to a more traditional style watch, I'm always kind of fond of. So this has one of the best builds for a smartwatch. So it has sapphire glass, the same as say my traditional watch. It's made out of a titanium body. I'm rocking mine with a rubber strap, which is actually great because I use it a ton for my at-home workouts, so it wicks sweat away. I don't need to worry about the leather kind of getting bad over time. There's actually over 100+ workout modes, and just like we found on the new Apple Watch Series 6, this is a new watch that can track O2 or blood oxygen levels, which is pretty dope. And honestly, the best feature of this watch, and Apple, I think you need to take a couple notes here, is the battery life. So you get up to 2 weeks, even when you're using it. Just for that fact alone, I don't have to take the watch off every single night to juice it up. I can just keep it on the wrist, kind of a set and forget, and don't need to worry about it until 2 weeks later. So I'm a big fan of watches that you don't need to continuously charge. Once again, maybe one of the reasons why I'm still a mechanical watch guy. But this has honestly been one of my favorite smartwatches of the year, and I don't think you can go wrong. Even if you have any device, you don't need to be rocking a Huawei, it will pair with anything. Okay, switching on to the next item, and that $250 mark is literally the sweet spot for Bluetooth, or I guess over-the-ear headphones. Noise canceling, my favorites have always been the Sony WH-1000 Mark IIIs and into the Mark IVs, which are the new ones of this year. My honest recommendations, if you don't want to spend the extra money for the Mark IVs, the Mark IIIs sound exactly the same. Both models have 40mm drivers, but the key difference between both, I guess, is the overall fit and comfort. The Mark IVs have slightly bigger ear cups, so they're slightly better and I guess comfier on the head. I wouldn't say that the M3s aren't comfortable. I've taken these on multiple flights when we were actually allowed to fly earlier, I guess, in the year and even into last year. I don't generally get any ear fatigue, and they are comfy even on the longest 7, 8, even some of my flights were 12 hours. These have been on my head listening to audiobooks, listening to, I guess, whatever movie. Highly recommended for noise canceling headphones. I know that they're pricey, but if you're willing to kind of spend that money, these will clearly last you 5, even probably 10 years down the road. And the last items on the list, I know these are technically a tad bit pricier, so I wanted to include some gaming things in this. We of course have the brand new Xbox Series S. This is currently $299. Don't flake me, we're going $50 more, but for next gen gaming, the Series S presents the best value. My actual recommended route is to grab a gaming monitor, 1080p totally fine, but have a quicker refresh rate, so 120 frames. This can totally take advantage of that, whereas the same can't be said for the Series X. It's $500. Yes, you can get up to 8K footage, but that more important, I guess, stat or spec is the frame rate. And I'd rather have a 1080p/120 frames on the Series S and save that much more money. And last but not least, I am including a Nintendo Switch. So once again, $50 more. You could also grab the Nintendo Switch Lite. I still think that's a great option. We've had a ton of amazing games come out for Nintendo. The big standout for me this year has been Super Mario All-Stars. So I've been playing the classic Mario 64, kind of the game that I grew up on. And of course, if you are a bit younger, we still have Super Mario Galaxy, a game that I actually haven't played, so maybe during the holiday season. So I think any of these are honestly awesome gifts for that $250 range. Let me know your fave down below in the comments, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember, we've got our finale, the Baller Edition, over $500 next. That will be the last episode of this series, and at the very end, in and around Christmas Day, I will be announcing the winners for all of the giveaways, so just make sure you sub to the channel, hit that notification bell so you know when that last video is dropping. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and I will catch the rest of you in my next one. Peace!